Hey, what's up, you guys? Peace to my amazing wonder family out there, okay? We are here, and I'm going to talk to y'all about my first time and my thoughts on going to a spiritual medium, okay? So, we just going to get right into it. We're going to get right into this story, okay? So, look, this is a true story. This really happened, okay? So, I grew up Christian, right? I'm talking like black Christian. I'm talking like you up in church, everybody speaking in tongues, people catching the Holy Ghost. I'm talking like black church. You feel me? Up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Compton. You know what I'm saying? They go down like that. So that's my background. That's how I grew up. You know, that's on my mom's side. On my dad's side, my family, you know, is Christian as well. They're Baptist as well. I have a whole story about my family lineage, but long story short, they had to convert to Christianity. So my family is Christian. So growing up, I was a Christian. And I loved being a Christian when I was a Christian. It was like amazing because I was like, oh, this right here is the way, the truth, and the light. This right here is the only way to God. I always believed that. So growing up, that was like pretty much instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? But as I got older, you know, and I was one of them people, I read the Bible every day. I read the Bible front to back multiple times. Like, I'm still very versed in the Bible. Like, and I don't have no shame in that. No shame at all. Because I think that, you know, it's beautiful. And a lot of that text, you know, that wasn't altered and stuff like that. It's from Africa. That's our story. You feel me? Period. Let's go. So, you know, coming from that sort of background, I didn't really change my views until I was about 19 years old. So I would say from 19 to 21, that's when I was really like, you know, getting into, you know, non-Christian things. Like studying, you know, the Kabbalah and reading the Quran and, you know, studying just all these other cultures, you know, other spiritualities around the world. And I didn't know about any of these things and I was completely shocked. I was like, whoa, people in other places aren't Christian. I thought that everybody was a Christian because everybody I knew was a Christian. So I wasn't familiar with other things. So coming across all these different lifestyles and all these different cultures and all these different religions and all these different things, you know, obviously I came across, you know, mediums and mediumship and stuff like that. And it wasn't foreign to me because growing up, I was always very spiritual. I was always very, very spiritual. I was always very connected to God. I was always very connected to the spiritual realm because as a child, I always would see angels. I always would see people's auras. I always would have prophetic dreams. I always would see people and they would have like these entities around them. And I thought everybody could see it. I thought everybody could see that. But then I found out that not everybody saw that. And then when I found out, oh shit, it's just me. Like, I'm like a kid. I'm like 5. And my mom was like, that's, you know, not good. That's bad. That's the devil. And this and that, all this stuff. And I was like, oh, well, I guess it's bad. So, you know, it really just put like something in my mind to where it was like, oh, all this stuff isn't good. All this stuff is bad. Like, you know, I shouldn't be seeing, you know, these things. But like, it didn't matter how much somebody told me that it was wrong. It was still there. It was every day. Every day. Like, it was like, you can't turn it off, you know? And by the time I was a teenager, I had pretty much suppressed my spiritual gifts. I pretty much suppressed them. But the dreams were just ongoing. The dreams were nonstop. I would always dream something and it would happen the next day. I would always dream about people who crossed over. They would come back. They would give me messages. I would even be in my walk-in life, or they would come and wake me up out of my sleep. It was always things with me being asleep, and I just always wanted to know, why is that? Like, why is it that way? And I started reading books. I started reading books about it because ever since I was a little kid, I always had to read. My mom, you know, she had me reading every day, doing book reports every day about all kinds of stuff, mainly like Black history and mainly like Bible stuff. But you know, I was always reading, so reading was always a fun thing to me. To this day, I love to read. So I started reading, like, you know, why is it that whenever I'm asleep, these things are happening? Like, why? And then that's when I realized and read, and you know, through my own experience, that whenever you're asleep, you're more vulnerable to the spiritual realm because you're going to the spiritual realm when you're dreaming. And also, that's when your mind is the quietest. And it was like, oh man, that's deep, you know. So by the time I got to be in my early 20s, I had, you know, I had dealt with a great deal of death of my friends. And, you know, growing up in Compton, that was always like a normal kind of thing. And one of my best friends passed away. One of my best friends was murdered. You know, rest in peace to Ken Sewell, aka Poke. You know what I'm saying? So when he passed away, I'll share that story another day. But I was supposed to be with him that day, and I just so happened to not be with him that day. And, you know, he died. And I felt kind of guilty. I felt kind of guilty because I know if I was there, I would have protected him, and I would not have, you know, let things go down the way that they went down. So, like, you know, it was about a year after him passing away that I just couldn't take it no more. I just had so many questions, and I just didn't feel like I was getting the answers. And, you know, you just be sitting around waiting for answers sometimes. You know, you pray, you write, you journal, you meditate, and it's like, where are the answers? Where are the answers? And I felt like I wasn't getting the answers. So I had this wild idea one day, which I get a lot of wild ideas all the time, and I was like, I should go see a medium. So I had told one of my real good friends about this, like, hey, like, I'm thinking about going to see a medium. And my friend was like, go. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, go. So I was like, oh my God. So now this little idea is growing more and more and more every day. Okay. And I'm like, oh God, like I have to just do this. I have to just do this. So finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I decided, yes, I'm gonna do it. So that night I had a dream. Okay. I had this dream that night. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I had this dream, and in a dream, I went to this woman, and she gave me information about my future. And like in the dream, I was like scared, and I was like panicked, and I was like crying in the dream. And I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have come to you. I shouldn't have asked about the future. I shouldn't have done this. So I had ran, and in the dream, in the dream, I had like went to like my children's father. This is back when we only had our son, and I went to my children's father, and in the dream I'm begging him, like, don't go to work, don't go to work, I'm scared. Like, I went to a medium and they told me what's gonna happen. Now I'm scared of the future. And like I was just like begging him not to go to work that day, and he was like, okay, I won't go, but like you're gonna be fine, like calm down, like you're gonna be okay. And I was just like so scared, right? So then I wake up from this dream, and I'm like sweating, I'm like, you know, breathing heavy and stuff like that. And then, you know, I wake him up, and I'm like, you know, telling him like, hey, like, I just had this dream, and like, I don't want you to go to work today. And he was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I gotta go to work. And I'm like, please, like, don't go. Like, I'm scared for some reason. Like, I had this dream. And I tell him the dream. And he's like, okay, fine. I guess I'll stay home. Like, whatever. So this is like 9 in the morning. By like 12:30, I'm like, it's okay. Like, go to work. I'll be fine. Like, I'm over the dream now, right? So it took me like another like year and a half after that to actually work up the courage to go to a medium. So one of my real good friends, he referred me to this Native American woman, and that's what immediately made me comfortable, is that she's like a Native American shaman. So I go see this woman, and I think I had booked like an hour session with her. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I booked like an hour session with her, and I had, you know, I had this book, and I still have the book to this day, all my questions, and I have the date written on there, and I have everything that she told me. And when I tell you that this woman told me the most intimate, most personal details of my life, it really changed me. It really changed me. It just let me know that, you know, there are people who have gifts. There are people out there who have gifts. I have gifts. But there are people who have gifts, and they have, you know, worked with their gift. They have exercised their gift. They have gotten stronger in their gifts. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I went to this woman, and she told me all this stuff. She told me all these things. And I think that what I originally went there for, like, I got that and more. And it just brought me so much closure. It just helped me cope with death. Like, I never was able to cope with death. If somebody passed away around me, I would be stressed out. I would be like depressed for like a very long time, and like in a very unhealthy way. So after that right there, it just helped me so much, and it just answered so many of my questions. It just brought so much clarity. I had so many questions. Like, I just always have so many questions, especially when it comes to life, especially when it comes to spirituality, especially when it comes to like walking the path. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody could sit up in church every Sunday and then go home and go right back to their regularly scheduled program of doing a whole bunch of bullshit and non-church like shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, what does it mean to really walk the path? What does it mean to really be righteous? And she was just answering these questions left and right. Like, my spirit guides was coming through, like, oh my God, like this room was vibrating that we were in. And I remember the hour was up, and I was like, no, like, I'll pay you more money. Like, we got to stay here longer. And like, she was like, okay, I could do 30 more minutes. And that's it. And I said, okay, I'll take it. I don't care. And like, we were just up in here. We was up in this session, and it was just so amazing. It was so beautiful. It was so loving, and it was deep. It was so deep. Like, I did see her a few more times after that, but she the woman ended up not working at that shop no more. So, you know, I did see her, you know, a few more times afterwards, and she always was on point. She always, you know, taught me so much, and she was just a strong teacher, and I was just so happy that, you know, I was able to connect with her. So ever since then, you know, I kind of just went down the rabbit hole, because I have had my own personal encounters. Like, I remember the day that I died. Like, this was in 2011. It was in February of 2011. My son was a 1-year-old, and he was in his crib, and we was in my room, and boom, like, I died. And I didn't understand a lot of things about that. And I was able to go to mediums and tarot readers and tell them my experience, because I was looking for answers. Like, why did this happen to me? Like, how did this happen to me? Like, why me? Why did I, you know, why was I forced to come back? Like what is it about my path? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? And it's just been such a roller coaster ever since then. But one day I will do a video, and I will share my experience with you guys. I have told a few people around me about that story, about me, you know, crossing over and coming back. But I definitely will share that with you guys as soon as I can. It's hard, you know, it's hard, because like, I didn't talk about it for like 5 years, and then now, you know, I feel more comfortable and open to share it. But it's not easy to get through, to be honest. But yeah, I do this video to tell you that it is okay if you want to explore any area of spirituality, as long as you're not harming yourself, as long as you're not harming others. And I think that it's also super important for you to pray before you do something. Just don't jump in something and just do it. Like, pray before you do it. Like, meditate before you do it. Like, before you go to sleep, write to yourself, write to God, and say, you know, this is something that I want to do. Is this something that I should do? How should I go about this? Like, you know, talk to your spirit guides. We all have spirit guides. We all have guides that were placed here with us on this earth for the duration of our life, and we can come to them for anything. Okay, talk to your spirit guides. Tell your spirit guides to guide you. Tell them that's what they're there for, to guide you, right? Tell them to light your path, and tell them to bring you the perfect opportunity for you to act on. Give you the strength to follow your intuition. Follow your intuition to act on those things, and see where it takes you. Okay, so I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe to this video, to this channel. Make sure you guys comment also. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, I will do another video to answer any questions, and I will also interact with you guys in the comments as much as I can. But much love to everybody, and peace. Thank you all for tuning into my video. Make sure you all go on to 7wonders.shop to cop some of your sage. I have lighters, I have hair oils, I have skincare. Make sure you guys go on to 7wonders.shop. Okay? Much love. Peace.